I start my little review here.
Go ahead, I'm chilling.
Okay, so I went to the movies with my homie Lou over here. I went to go see it. We went to see the actual movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you saw it. Well, we're gonna talk about the time that we saw it together at the theater. You know what I'm saying?
Really, I saw it 3 times.
Okay, so at the time that we saw it, I was baked, but I still was competent enough to see the movie. I'm pretty sure Lou Broly was baked. He's definitely competent enough to see the movie.
That's 80% of the time I'm high anyway, but yeah, I was definitely there. Now, when I went to the early access, I couldn't really get there because, I took my daughter to see it with me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a daddy-daughter thing, But yeah, I was definitely high Friday night.
Yeah, definitely. I was too. You was so high, I snuck in some Sour Patch Kids. Candy. This nigga thought it was real gummies. Oh, you brought gummies in? And he was fucking them up, even though he hates getting shit from the Dollar Tree. It was Dollar Tree candy, and he was fucking that shit up.
I don't do sweets like that too much, but yeah, I was lit. But yeah, go ahead, continue, Bill.
Okay, we'll continue. So, my observation of the movie, going in, I thought I heard it through the grapevine that they were doing mostly highlights of his life, and they weren't completely wrong, but I think it was a good movie all in all. It was more based on Mike between, I think, 1979, was it? Starting at
66 through
1988.
Yeah.
So, that time, a great time to about Michael Jackson. That what I thought was really dope about the movie is the fact that they did the whole dance scene of Bad with the Crips and the Bloods and the gangsters and shit.
Yeah, the rehearsals.
But the fact that you actually see them do the moves, and using the snap as a cadence to where they're making their moves. I'm pretty sure they did that too on the music video, but you hear it without the music and seeing them making the dance, you see how dope that shit really was. Because seeing the dance moves today looks dope, the way they did it. But to see that in the 80s must have been insane.
I must say this, right? Because the inspiration behind Beat It, when he was actually in his home studio watching the news and seeing all the gang violence going on across the cities, it inspired him to make Beat It and to add actual gang members in his short films.
Right.
See, I can't say music videos for this one when incorporating Mike's thoughts, because I have to say short films. He not only did it with Beat It, but he also did it with The Way You Make Me Feel.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
He also did it with Bad, except we all know that Wesley Snipes, well, we don't know if Wesley Snipes was a gang member before he became famous, but we don't know.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure. I didn't even know.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that Mike used a lot of real life street niggas. I know we can say street niggas on TikTok in his short films for his music videos. There you go.
Yeah, he definitely did use them. And he shocked the hell out of them doing what he do. They were just happy as hell that they was there to see him do what he do. And it was cool to see that. Another thing that was cool about the movie, I would say, is what other one I would say that was cool about the movie? Seeing that his brothers, I wouldn't say that's cool. It was more interesting. So I would say what's interesting is that his brothers didn't take as many beatings as Michael, because Michael was getting mostly all the beatings. Because I'm pretty sure that Joe knew that he was the nucleus of the band. So as long as he whipped Mike into shape and scared the shit out of Mike, it was gonna be all good. That's so he thought.
Well, but I'm gonna say this, right? Because I am a fan of the miniseries, right? And even in the miniseries, the brothers didn't get it as bad as Mike.
Right.
The brothers were more verbally chastised than physically, you know. But yeah, I'd say for me, anyone who has dealt with any kind of form of abuse from a parent, those scenes were the most triggering for me and probably other people. It's the only thing I can say that I didn't like about the movie. I mean, at the end of the day, Giuliano did great. Jafar did very
good.
Coleman Domingo did great. Very great. Long did a wonderful job at being. She did a wonderful job at being the dotingful wife. You know, silent but still was able to instill a character into young Mike that made him who he became as older Mike. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, like a lot of people were going into this movie over saturated with their own ideas of what this movie was supposed to be about. And because the movie didn't show what these certain people wanted them to see, they thought the movie was shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And hey, 100 million in the first week, well, the first 2 nights, shut the fuck up.
Because we know what they wanted. Talk about the allegations. I need more for my life, or my
did his nose really fall off? Did Bubbles really like rip his nose off? Like,
yeah, they want all those stories. That's what they wanted.
And I mean, at the end of the day, my favorite scene, I actually have 2 favorite scenes.
Me too.
So my favorite scene was when Bubbles came onto the scene.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's multiple books written by multiple family members. Even Michael Jackson, I've had the opportunity to read, you know, Michael Jackson's, you know, Moonwalker biography. Read it several times. So these scenes and dialogues were kind of taken from all of these different books from family members, right?
Right.
But my favorite scene with Bubbles is the fact that, first of all, this nigga woke everybody up in the house like it was Christmas Day. Very ADHD, right?
You have a whole conversation about that.
So hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna save it for some other shit. But the way that the brothers and the mom were talking to Mike as if like, nigga, you do know that we live in a full-blown neighborhood and you just can't have this little motherfucking monkey or chimp just running around in Encino, you feel me?
Right.
And then when the nigga looked directly at Joe and was like, yeah, you know, he doesn't like loud noises. You know, he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that. He's quick to attack. And looked dead at Joe. And Joe looked at that nigga and just shook his head like, boy, whatever. You feel me? But hey, that nigga, when Bubbles was around, you never saw Joe.
Right. That's true shit. He wasn't playing with that damn monkey.
Right. And the part when the nigga was in the pool, he was like, yeah, I'm just here waiting on God to give me some ideas because he might give him the prince.
That was funny, because he might give him the prince. That was hella funny. That lets you know right there, him saying that, lets you know that he felt that his number one, you know, musical adversary was Prince, and he just let you know that.
And Prince was pretty fucked up about that when Mike died, though. He took it hard. You know, he really did. He took Mike's death really hard.
Yeah, because there was nobody who could compete with Prince except Mike.
And they're both Jehovah's Witnesses, so.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, you got it. Yeah, rest in peace to both kings in their own rights, man. You know what I'm saying? If we would call Mike the king of pop, we would call Prince the prince of rock and roll, right?
I would say that.
I got it. So,
go ahead and give my second thing I liked about the movie. And I've been wanting to talk about this one. So, this is not a spoiler, but you can all look up the cast members and see who I'm talking about. There was a person playing Don King, and I did not expect it. I think Lou knew I didn't expect it, and he was waiting to see my face. And boy, was I cracking up, because I was cracking up extra because I was high and I did not expect it. But seeing Don King being played by Deon Cole was the funniest shit ever. It was the funniest shit ever. If you ever seen Deon Cole in that one Netflix movie, what was it called?
Outlaw Johnny Black.
Is that what it was called?
I believe so. I think he's in there with what's the other comedian nigga name?
What's the other nigga name? I don't know.
Nigga, the son, okay, the dude's son
Oh,
died.
The Harder They Fall, bruh. The Harder They Fall. He was in that on Netflix.
The Harder They Fall, bro.
Yes, he was. He plays the corrupt sheriff and former gang member, played by Deon Cole. His character's name was Wiley Esco. It was happened in 2021.
You sure that's not Outlaw Johnny Black?
No, it is hard. The Harder They Fall.
With Regina King in it, right?
I'm gonna see, but
Jonathan Majors, right?
no, it's called The Harder They Fall.
Yeah, it's nigga. I seen it. I've watched that shit like 1,000
Okay,
times.
then how do you not know that Deon Cole was in the movie?
Because I didn't see Deon Cole in that. I seen Deon Cole in Outlaw Johnny Black with Michael Jai White.
You gotta check out Harder They Fall again, nigga.
I seen it.
Okay, you seen it, huh?
He had a very small role in it.
He didn't have the biggest role, but he had a good enough role where you knew he was in there. I would tell you that.
It's not been that good because I don't remember the nigga being in there.
I'm pretty sure the people in the comments definitely who've seen The Harder They Fall definitely remember seeing Deon Cole. And he played with a voice like this in the movie, right? So the reason why I mentioned it, because that was the voice he used in The Harder They Fall. He talked like this, right? So Cole is playing Don King, movie Michael. And he has this fucked up ass wig that got laid to the side. Me and Lou was cracking up about. I was cracking up more than anything else. But anyways, here's the funny part. So when Deon decided to come up with a voice for Don King, his voice was the same voice he did as a cowboy. Hi, I'm Don King. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Deon Cole is a good actor. I've seen him in Average Joe, the TV show. He did really goddamn good. He's a good actor for a comedian. He really is. But it was a miss for me. To see him do what he did, I'm a cowboy, which was good, but he used the exact same voice. Now I'm Don King. Nah, come on, bruh. He can do better. He could have done better, honestly. But for comic relief of the movie, but to take him serious as some kind of good version of Don King, no. He did. To me, just being honest, and I love Deon Cole's comedy and his acting, but this time it was a miss. But
no, I think they put him in there just for the shock value of it, and he was probably the only person that they can get on such short notice.
Probably it had to be a reason because
boy just played Don King in the Christy Martin shit. The other nigga that they probably could have used, but he was already being used for the Christy Martin. But
shit, we could have cast a better Don King, honestly.
All in
Places
all,
podcast, nigga, we would have cast a good ass motherfucker.
I mean, all in all, the performances were good. You know, the performances in the movie were good. Both from both Giuliano and Jafar. Definitely for both of those young dudes to not be seasoned actors, they brought that emotion. You know, I was counting screen time for Giuliano, and
You really was?
his screen time was roughly around 30 minutes. And then, you know, Jafar took up the rest of the screen time as older. But Giuliano gave that raw emotion, and Jafar, he did a very good job with the voice, the mannerisms. I was high right along with you, so the experience for me to actually look and see the family resemblance with him and Mike in certain scenes, and you know, like if you blink slow or fast, sometimes you think you looking at Mike. Just sometimes.
I agree. There has been some times where you just like your mind tells you it's not Jafar, that's Mike, and you just start believing it. And you start. It's what's so cool about the movie. You started to believe that it's Mike, and not Jafar.
And he did that much of a good job at embodying the character. Like I like to always say this, right? As much of a biopic fanatic I am, my collection goes deep. You know, my collection of biofilms go deep, right? And nobody, with the exception of Ray and Michael, right, could look like the characters that they're portraying, right? Because you gotta understand,
I got to that point now.
fucking Chadwick did not look like James Brown.
No, he did not.
Jamie Foxx looked like Jamie Foxx.
But his mannerisms of Ray was so goddamn close. You let it go.
Right. Then you have there was only one time I thought Jason Mitchell looked like Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton, and that was when he was in the studio in the booth with the lights out and put the shades on for that split millisecond. All right. I don't care what nobody say. O'Shea Jackson Jr. did not look just identical to Ice Cube. Not at all. But he did a good job embodying. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I get tired of hearing people say, oh, he don't look like Michael. He don't have this. He don't have that like Michael. And that nigga was Michael for 2 hours and 15 motherfucking seconds.
And it was magical.
I just gotta
get him out.
You know. See you later, Louis. But
you had to say that, didn't you?
It was a good movie. It was. I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure part 2. If they don't come out with a part 2, then I'm guaranteed that this is gonna be one of the longest extended versions on streaming platforms and Blu-ray that to ever come out. It might be a 2-discer. You feel me? It might be a 2-discer though. It might be. And everybody stopped sitting up there talking about Janet wasn't in the movie, so she didn't like it. Randy wasn't in the movie. Man, first of all, Randy did not become a full-fledged member of the Jackson 5 fully until like the Victory Tour.
Right.
That nigga was playing congos and keyboard the whole time until the Victory Tour. That's when in Jackson's album. That's when he got his time to shine, when fucking Jermaine left. But no, you wasn't gonna see Randy in this. You really wasn't, and we all know why. I just don't want to say it on TikTok.
Yeah, it's magical.
It's more than magical. There's some never mind on that.
Yeah, let's not do it. Let's not do it.
Don't respect that. Anyway. Luckily, I ain't drinking, or else I would have said it, but I'm going to just keep it to myself. But something's telling me I just got to get it out.
You said I got to get it out.
You know, y'all need to cut that bullshit out about Janet didn't fuck with it, if Paris didn't fuck with it. Man, check this shit out. As long as Miss Jackson or Catherine approved this movie,
she approved it, even knowing how they talked about the father, and still approved it. But they didn't do wrong. I don't think they did Joe Jackson really wrong. He was not done wrong. I think it gave you an idea of how serious he was about making sure his family was successful. He was actually addicted to making his family successful
because of something he couldn't do himself. But we just gonna be real about it. The nigga was abusive.
Yes, he was. The thing is, he felt his abuse was necessary. He felt
right, and he was just like any other parent, like my parent, maybe your mom, your aunties and shit, like them old school, born in like the 50s and 40 ass parents that'll beat the fucking brakes off of your ass and it not be deemed as child abuse.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, can I say he was narcissistic? Can I say he was a straight fucking gaslighter? For sure he was. And you don't need the Michael Jackson or the Jackson's American Dream to tell you that. Just go to his interviews, his personal interviews, read his fucking book. That's the problem with some of y'all. Y'all don't know that reading is fundamental, and you got to learn how to read.
But you know how it is, bro. They want to know, where's the highlight, nigga? Where's the highlight? They want to see it in a TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook highlight. That way, that could be summed up in less than 3 minutes.
I mean, and I get that.
That's what they want.
And I get that, but guess what? That's what y'all wanted, and y'all didn't get it. Because, hey, what y'all got is a very good representation of who Mike was, and you guys got a good representation of what he turned out to be from all of the shit that he dealt with. And you're not gonna get all of that in 2 hours and 15 motherfucking minutes anyway.
Right.
So let's hope that this does another 100 million in sales, or we can get us another motherfucking Michael Part 2.
Right. That's people. If you like the movie, you want to see that happen.
And if you guys are in here, you guys can request to come up and open forum. I don't know. I don't want to go too far with it because it's like on my channel, but
right.
You know,
I mean, I don't mind if anybody wanted to come up and talk about it. You know, especially if you've seen the movie. Now, if you just want to come up here and start hating on, oh, was this, he was that, I just want to get that out. Then you can miss me with that bullshit.
Yeah, we don't trailer watchers either. We don't want that. You know, we want people who actually seen it.
Right.
You know.
What about what he was accused of?
We don't want to hear about no Jesus juice or none of that. You know what I mean? Even though I would have loved to have that been sold in the liquor stores as like a vodka or a Hennessy mixed with like some kind of a fruit drink. Yeah, but anyway, shut the fuck up, Twan. You tripping. Anyway, listen. Damn, could you imagine that? Like, you know, they had Thug Passion for Tupac, so how come they couldn't have Jesus juice for Mike?
It's wild to be drinking something called Jesus juice. It's just a wild thing to think about.
I just had to break the fucking ice, man, because listen, I just had to break the ice with it. I'm sorry, y'all. It wasn't no clown. But yeah, we don't want to hear none of that, bro. We don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear Bubbles. They didn't show Bubbles ripping Mike's nose off. That's why he got the nose surgery. We don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah. But what other stories did they make up? They said about that nigga.
They didn't show no Elephant Man's bones in his closet nowhere. None of that. Cut it out. That's Michael said it a long time ago. That's ludicrous. Like, that's ludicrous. He wasn't sleeping in no hypodermic chamber or none of that. Yeah, and see, I don't want to get too much involved in that because my knowledge.
What about the stories that came out recently, but it sounds like some bullshit, but some people say it really did happen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The story that Mike was at a party at Barry Gordy's house.
And if you don't,
he got into a fight with Tupac because Tupac was acting too wild.
Knock it off,
Barry Gordy's daughter. That's because he was dating her.
They need to stop with that shit. Mike couldn't, man. Look,
you don't think Mike would fight? Of course, he ain't gonna turn down no fight. Mike trained in boxing.
Sir, listen. Sir, we don't know if Mike trained in boxing or not. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you go back and look at the damn...
you don't think fucking told him something?
Sir, if you go back and look at that, go with the jam. It just can't too much. If you go look at the making of that video, or excuse me, short film, that nigga couldn't even play basketball, sir.
That's understandable.
He couldn't shoot basketball. And if you're referring to that shit when he was on Flip Wilson, when he did that nice little spin and threw that jab at Muhammad Ali, I'm just gonna say this, right? I'm just gonna say this. You smoking that weed, you smoking that good. And I haven't smoked yet, but I will. But check it out. I do not and will not ever accept that rumor or that dumbass fairy tale that Mike whooped on Pac, and vice versa, and Pac whooping on Mike.
You don't believe it.
Hold on. Now, what I can say is this. Mike was supposed to do a motherfucking song with Pac. Now, I know this is true, but Pac showed up late to the studio and Mike left and scratched his vocals off the song. And that's why motherfucking Tupac was pissed off at Mike. But as far as them niggas getting into a fight, and y'all need to stop that rumor, and y'all need to stop that rumor talking about Mike was a Crip. And that goes for the Bloods too, the Pyrus and all that, because Mike was not no goddamn Crip, nigga.
But he did deceive though.
No, he didn't. Hey, sir, listen. Okay, Mike was in touch with a lot of people from the streets, and one of them was Mike Conception. You don't know who Mike Conception is? A lot of other people from that they know. Mike was good friends with a lot of former gang members. they probably would be about Mike's age right now if he was still alive. So stop it. Mike wasn't with the Crips. One fucking picture that he took with some real Crips and Bloods don't mean that nigga was a Crip. Because guess what? In the movie, when he pulled up to the set to do his little dance, his little beat it dance, he would have been like, yeah, cuz, that was jamming. But he wasn't. He didn't do that in the movie. They didn't display that in the movie, so knock it off, y'all. Mike was not Crippin', he was not blooding. He was a businessman, and that nigga had ties to the community, to the street community. But anyway, I love the movie. I give that motherfucker 8.5 out of 10. What you give it?
I give it a strong 7.
Alright.
Strong 7. Worth seeing. To me, it's worth seeing, but the second time I see it, I gotta see it for free. You know what I'm trying to say? If I'm gonna see it a second time, I'd rather it be free. But I would see it a second time.
Shit, I seen it for a third time. What you talking about? Yeah, I seen it. I watched it today.
Damn.
Yeah. Sure did. I ain't gonna tell y'all I'll wait till I get off the phone off of this shit and I'll tell my nigga. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I saw it, because guess what? Y'all already know where to go watch it. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
that'd
any
be
other-
it. I would say this will be it.
So would there be any other favorite scenes or anything else you want to tell the audience?
Other than those two that I mentioned. See, another thing I think they did. They probably do know that they made the scene where Mike's hair got caught on fire.
Thought that was hilarious.
No. I had made a joke, and the joke I said was funny, but not what happened to Mike. Okay, so basically, when I was watching, I think I told you, you don't remember. So basically, when it happened in the movie, it was traumatic, and seeing his hair was like a perfect circle in the back. And I was just saying, on the under, I was just saying, damn, Friar Tuck looking ass nigga.
Stupid motherfucker. So anyway, boy, just don't got it all right now. Why would you do that right now?
That's what I was thinking when I saw the back of his head. It was a perfect moon circle on the back of his head. And it was just, all that hair was gone. He burnt it up.
Okay, so for those
But he
of
looked
you,
like some Fire Tucker shit, man.
So for those of you who have ever seen The Wiz, have you seen The Wiz, Louis?
Yes, I have.
So, see, now you got me on this shit. All right, so check it out. If you guys have seen The Wiz, I love you, Mike. But you know when he pops his hat off of his head?
Yeah.
And he's getting all of those quotations and all of those affirmations and stuff out of his head.
Mm-hmm.
You know that was the spot where he got burnt at.
I didn't know that. I know he actually showed it.
Well, I mean, you can't see it because of the paper, but if you pull it off and you look at the paper in the middle of his head, yes, that's where his spot was.
Damn. He still was a Fire Tuck looking ass nigga, though.
Man, shut your ass up, nigga. Just gotta get him out.
I just had to get it out. But yeah, it was a good movie, y'all. It's worth it.
Out.
It's definitely worth seeing.
It's a wonderful day.
That nigga said that too.
Yeah, but
You said that in the middle of the night in his backyard.
yeah, we're not gonna do that. Oh, yeah, matter of fact, you gotta send me those little clips, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I need those ASAP. You know, I showed Journey that shit, right? After we got off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, Dad, definitely had it.
Yeah, that or whatever he was on.
But you guys, we gonna be doing this again on the Broly After Dark channel tomorrow night.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock, so it is way past my live streaming hours. But it's your channel, this your page. What you got to say to the people, Louis?
Yeah, man. So be on the lookout for more information about not only Lou Broly and myself. We're going to be making a new episode of the Trading Places podcast soon. That's going to be going on after the review of the movie done on Lou Broly's page. Now we've done it on my page. You need to do the review of the Michael movie me and him saw on the Lou Broly After Dark page.
It's coming, y'all. Watch. We're going to have Moonwalker, Moon Rocks in the Cannabis Club. I'm telling you, nigga, it's going down. But all right,
that nigga
man.
said Moonwalker.
Hey, look, I'm going to get off your channel, man, you know, and I'm going to hit you in a minute.
All right, man.